Live from the Dude's Kitchen and Grill Studios in a garage somewhere outside of Boise, Idaho, it's your Wednesday night barbecue and talk show. And now your hosts, the Dude and Monica. Monica, what's going on? How are you?
I'm all right. Actually, I just came from
Right on.
delivering some food to my child who had ACL surgery today.
Oh, right on.
So I just got done delivering a casserole.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, I'm glad you made it. We got Craig from Behind the Garage BBQ behind stage. I do want to thank everybody for showing up. I really do. I'm very humbled. I do want to start real quick though. I want to dedicate part of this episode to my friend Jen, who took her life yesterday, and just want to share with you guys real quick a picture of her. Let's see.
Sorry, Mike. That's a horrible thing to deal with. I know for the people that are left behind.
Yeah, Jen was awesome, and I don't know what happened to it, but anyhow, unfortunately, Jen did take her life, and we miss her very much. She did struggle with a lot of demons. I wish she would have reached out. I would have hit her up at any time or talked to her, and shame on me for not reaching out to her. So there is the suicide hotline out there as well that people can contact, and I don't know if she did, but anyhow, other than that, Monica, what do you got for us before we bring Craig on?
Well, so yeah, it's really, really busy, and I just made a tater tot casserole for Levi.
Yum.
Yep, I know. It was pretty yummy and toasty. It was really hot, so had a little bit of a one of those quick stops in traffic, and so gotcha. Yeah, it had like something tumbled down on top of it. I got him some soda also, and so that tipped on it, and it was just kind of a big mess. And anyways, but it all worked out. He was happy.
Nice. I did take out, so I had taco salad for dinner. So
taco salad.
I know we were gonna talk about trends, but the whole thing with Jen kind of threw us off. Yeah. So should we get Craig on?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's bring Craig on. Craig,
what's going on, Mike?
On with this.
How you doing, Monica?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well.
All right.
Right on. Craig, thank you very much for hanging out with us. I do appreciate it very much.
Not a problem at all, Mike.
Yep. So, Craig, question for you to start this whole dealy bob. Where are you from? You always lived in New England, or are you from?
Yep, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay. Yep. And
originally now you're in Brooksville. I'm in Pawtucket now.
Okay. And now you're in Massachusetts area?
Well, I'm in Rhode Island. I'm on the line of Massachusetts.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Been there all your life?
Don't go that way and up the street. Mass. Oh. 2 different towns in Mass. And I'm here.
All right. Well, I like it. How about animals? I know that you've got a couple dogs, and I know that you did an episode once where you showed your dogs off, and it inspired my Zoe moments.
Yep, I got 2 dogs now. We just lost one in September, the girl one. Bella. I got another boy one and my wife's other dog. The other dog was my female dog's dog. It was like her little sidekick. We had another dog that died, and she was depressed, so we got him. And she took to him like her mother, like she was his mother. So, okay. And there's a cat roaming around too.
Nice. I've got a few of them as well.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have any questions out there, just step up. Monica's monitoring the chat, so she'll. You guys got questions? Just put them out there, and she'll interrupt me and Craig with a question. So
if we could preface those with hashtag the dude or Craig.
There you go. I like that.
Hashtag that would be Craig. Helpful. Yeah, there you go.
I like that. Looks like we got Kent in here. We got Charlie Pickles in here. Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Yeah. Smoky Joe's Pit Barbecue. Woo, we got some. Oh, we got Chris in here.
Chris. Yeah,
Chris. Yeah, Jared. It's over now. We got Chris. So anyhow, guys, have a good night. It was nice seeing everybody since Chris is here, and I love. So, Craig, you got your channel. What do you do for the day job?
I manage a garage.
Okay. So if I brought my 70 Camaro over, you'd take care of it for me?
Yeah, I'd have someone else work on it, but my hands pretty much stay clean most of the time. But we have a bunch of guys that can handle whatever you want.
All right. I like it. How about, what did you want to do when you were a kid?
What did I want to do when I was a kid?
Yeah. You want to be an astronaut? You wanted to be a barbecue chef?
I actually wanted to cook. I started in a restaurant when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
So it's always been like a passion cooking. But then I started doing cars when I was 16 and been there since, and I'm 47 now.
Okay. Right on. What inspired you to create your channel?
Just me cooking all the time. I do it anyway. One day I was just like, I'm just going to record it. Like I said, now a 15-minute cook, it takes me an hour and a half. And by the time I'm done cooking, I'm eating cold food. But it's fun. It's like I'm not doing anything different that I wouldn't do if I wasn't recording it. This is what I cook all the time. This is what I do.
Okay. And then you're eating cold food, and on top of that, you have to edit, right?
Yeah, that's kind of easy. I just do it all on the phone. Shoot on the phone, edit on the phone.
There you go.
Hey,
That's not a bad idea.
Frack Daddy Barbecue asks, hey, Craig, where do you get the inspiration for all the recipes that you put out?
It's just I personally, I just like eating. It's all that's how it all comes down to. It's like, what do I want to eat? What do I feel like eating? It's like I'm sick of the same stuff all the time. So I'm always trying to switch it up. It's like I cook a lot more than what I record. You know, it's like I'm always doing something, but I'm not going to record every single thing because it's tedious. That's a lot of work. You know? So it's like I'll take a one cook on over the weekend, and then I'll do it. I'll go shopping for a Monday. I'm cooking it Tuesday, editing, sending it out on Wednesday.
Wow, that fast of a turnaround. That's crazy.
Wow, that is pretty quick.
I think I have one video that's not out yet. That's it.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Smoking Joe's got a question too. He says, how long did it take you to grow that beard?
This right here is a little over a year.
Really?
Wow.
I grow in the winter, and then when vacation time comes in May, I shave it off. I go to Nashville, I shave it off. This year, vacation didn't happen with all this stuff going on, so I was like, I'm gonna let it grow. And
yeah, it's like, so you're one of those guys that like can grow a beard like a Play-Doh toy.
Yeah,
put the Play-Doh in. It's like
it's the Portuguese. It just grows. Shave it off, and it starts popping right back. You can't stop it.
This is a year and a half here.
There you go.
Right
okay,
on.
so let's see. Dr. Taste Good Barbecue has got a question. So you've got a lot of grills. What's the one that you still desire?
I'd say like one of the kettle grills. I use that the most out of everything.
The what grill?
Like a kettle. One of the Weber kettle grills.
Oh, a kettle grill. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's the most versatile grill they can have. It's like, if I was stuck with one grill, that's the grill I'm taking.
Okay, but if you were still looking for one, to add to your collection, is there one that you're still desiring?
No,
I just added the Yoder.
I just got that Yoder grill. It's pretty good right there.
He's done. He can go to heaven now. he's all
that
set.
Yoder looks cool, man. That really does.
That thing's built like a tank. It's like not seeing it and buying it. It's like I bought it and then it came. It was like scratched up when it came. I was like, oh man. But it was like surface scratch. This thing that thing's got weight to it. It's not. If it was like a pet boss I got, I think a whack would have been destroyed. This thing is solid. It's solid built.
Yeah, it reminds me of a toolbox.
It was like a struggle pushing it into the backyard through the grass and everything else. It was like pushing a car. It's got some weight to it.
That's pretty good. That's funny, man. That is funny.
So Chris from East Wind Farms asks, this is kind of a funny. What are you and Charlie doing now that the Vikings are no longer filming?
Well, we're on break right now.
Yeah. You're living la vida loca, living your best life. Right. That's funny. Anyways, what else you got?
All right. So we know what inspired your channel. Where did the channel name come from?
It's pretty much where it is.
Behind the
It's
garage.
behind the garage.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
It was like a no-brainer. Where am I? Behind the garage. So it's just behind the garage barbecue.
No, I think it's a great name personally.
Because I was already when I like I'd cook and I like put pictures on like Facebook and I tag it behind the garage, behind the garage, behind the garage. So I did the channel. I just put barbecue after it, so it's like behind the garage barbecue.
Okay. Well, you know, somebody mentioned something about Vikings just a moment ago. So, are you into fantasy sports at all?
No,
No. Me
I
neither.
watched baseball and I haven't even watched it this year. Football, I can care less. I'm definitely not a Patriot fan though. And anybody but the Patriots. It's
Okay.
everybody up here's got big heads. Red Sox, nope. I'm a Yankee fan.
See, I'm a Mets fan.
Well,
So, well, I mean, they're both New York City, right?
two different areas.
Yeah. So we know how you got started in the barbecue. What is, aside from the enchilada meatballs that you made, and like I said, I had to watch it twice because I thought that was just killer.
Yeah, like I said, that's a
Tell us about that.
fly-by recipe. That was just something quick to use those two seasonings in. Didn't come out bad. It was pretty good.
I thought it was great. Jared had a great comment on that, you know, and I added to it. What a cool twist to a traditional dish. I mean, meatballs and enchilada. I thought that was
something different. It's like you can twist pretty much anything up or anything. Like they did those General Tso ribs and stuff. It's just like switch stuff up. It's just, you know, it's what you're putting on it. It's just, you can put it with anything. So
the enchilada episode reminded me of something Patrick would do at Patty Joe's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a madman. That one.
Yeah,
I love watching his videos.
Some of the crap he makes.
You see like stuff. He'll just put stuff on a cutting board. It's like you're really putting it in there. It's like then he doesn't end up putting it into something. It's like damn. He's got a great channel.
Pickles Barbecue has a question. Does he ever think about building his own pit?
Building my own pit.
Yeah.
Where I am, I'm in a city, so I don't really have much space. Where I am now, that barbecue area now is 12 feet by 12 feet. I probably got another 8 feet to the fence, and then I got if you're looking at it to the left, I got a hot tub on the right side of it. Then my wife's pool's on the other side around that garage over there. And I got a garden over there. I have no room, but
So
I do have
no, Charlie.
So
Nice.
no plans for building anything new. Your wife might kick you out.
Yeah, she's already got pets of the grills that I have already.
We were talking beforehand, and he was telling me about all the grills that he had at one.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Yeah.
But then we needed some room in the garage. No, I don't have that many in the garage. There's a Smoky Mountain 22. I got a little Blackstone in there, and a Jumbo Joe inside of that. And I got the El Charros in there too, and a bunch of charcoal and stuff. But there's pretty much a pathway from the front to the back of the garage. You can go out the back door, go out the front of the garage door. That's it. It's just packed.
That's funny. All right, guys. I'm going to take a short break because I want to show you guys my new cam. It is called the White Russian Cam. And I am going to make a White Russian for you guys.
There you go.
I hope everybody enjoys this cam. Basically, all it is, our show is sponsored by the White Russian. And I figured, yeah, thank you. So I'm going to name it the White Russian Cam.
Woo.
Yeah. And there we go. That's how you make a White Russian, guys.
That looks delish. Can I have one?
Yep. Here. Hold on. Let me move us back.
Mix
I know.
it, please.
The cheesy effects, right?
Yes.
All right. Here you go, Monica. Here's your White Russian.
Thanks.
Yeah. See how smooth that was, guys? The White Russian Cam.
That was good.
Before we get back to Craig, I do want to give a shout out to Stephen with Cooking It with Jacqueline, or Stephen and Jacqueline. I've had too many White Russians. Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. If you guys go on to his Instagram, he made a promo for this show. and it rocked. Oh my God. I want him to
That was
start
awesome.
doing this from here on out. So yeah, we'll talk, Stephen. We'll talk.
Awesome
So,
job, Stephen.
yeah. So Craig, favorite dish or meat to cook? Let's separate that. If you were just making a dish for your wife and whatever, what would you cook?
For my wife, it's going to be like steak or chicken. She's got a palate of a 3-year-old. So
Okay,
there's not much to eat.
because I noticed you mentioned in the Cajun shrimp boil that she doesn't like shrimp.
Nope.
So okay, all right. My wife's the same way. She doesn't like shrimp either.
She'll
Which
eat
is-
pretty much she'll eat fish and chips. That's about it. Other seafood. Oh, scallops are to bacon. She'll eat that too because it's got bacon on it. Other than that,
Yeah.
no.
Same with mine. It's crazy how that works.
Lobster, nothing.
What's your favorite meat to cook with?
Favorite meat to cook? If I was going to eat just one meat, I would probably say like a beef, some kind of beef,
Okay,
steak, something.
yeah, just kind of do it up however you wanted with. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, something on the grill, something over like a charcoal or wood.
Okay. So all of us on the chat, if we were to come over to your house, what would you make us?
Well, I'd fire up the El Charros and throw out whatever you want on it. Make one of those a Brazilian poo platter.
There you go. There you go. Tell us about the El Charro. That thing is cool as hell. I've seen you cook on that many a time. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's just you got one unit with 6 rotisseries on it. I got 2 of them, so I got 12, and I got the little charro, which is the grill that it goes on top of. So you run them side by side. It's pretty much just rotisserie. It's got speed control. You control the speed on it. Just rotate stuff on. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse in your backyard.
Oh, that's cool.
And it well built too.
Right on.
Sounds yummy.
Smoking Joe's got one too.
Okay. Yeah, we got.
Smoking Joe has a question.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a question too. Smoking Joe says, Craig, how hot was the enchilada sauce? Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna say probably like 2, if that. It's got a little spice. Doesn't have like heat, like burn your mouth off or anything.
I gotta
It's
watch
just
this
got a little
video.
spice to it.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
sounds
Smoking Joe says the El
nothing
Charro's
will hurt
next.
you at all. I would bump it up if I was like making it myself.
Okay. Did you share it with your wife?
Actually, she did. She had a couple of them, to be honest with you.
Nice.
That's something she would eat. Because I got a meatball, so I'll show you.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Although I'm not, after watching that dish, I'm not sure I'd share, man. That's crazy.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Okay. So, Craig, out of all the grills you've ever had, what's your favorite?
Like I said,
Both
I would,
now and what you've had in the past. Maybe you had to get rid of your favorite grill.
I still pretty much got all the favorite ones that I want. It's like I like them all. Like every grill that I have, it's a different thing to me. It's like I do different things with different grills. Like I said, if I could only have one grill, it'd be the Weber, like a kettle or something. If I could only have one, I got the Yoda there. I love that grill, but it's something different with like charcoal. You know, it's like that thing is awesome, but the charcoal effect of it. I got a Weber Summit charcoal grill, awesome too. It's like the kettle's just bigger. It's kind of like a green egg. It's double walled insulated. That thing you can run like 18, 19 hours, 20 hours off a load of charcoal and set it and just walk away and forget it. That thing runs forever.
Do you use briquettes or the what the hell? I only use briquettes.
If I'm smoking overnight, it's going to be a briquette because it's more. It's the same size, so it's more uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got lump, you got big pieces, small pieces. It's not really a controlled burn to me.
Gotcha.
You know, you're gonna get better flavor off lump, but
gotcha.
It is what it is.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm actually this weekend. I'm going to do something overnight. I'm going to do a pork butt on my Weber, so be overnight and nothing. I did a pork butt last week. What would you recommend for me doing that?
What, to run overnight?
Yeah, start late.
Get yourself two fire bricks. Set them up on one side. Fill it with charcoal. Take a few off the side, maybe about like 7 or 8. Light them, dump them in that corner. Set it, get your temperature where you want it. Let it run. You'll get at least 5 hours off at least, 6 hours maybe.
Well, we still get a little bit of sleep, right?
25. You're gonna try to keep it real low. Just
Yeah.
add to it. When it starts burning down one end, drop a couple more on the other side, and go to bed. You know, you're gonna have to check it probably once in a while, but
Okay.
especially if it's cold. If it's cold, obviously gonna burn more fuel
Correct. And it's going to be cold. So.
because they're not like solid unless you plan on doing it during the day and then go hot and fast with it. But
Correct. Okay.
Okay, I got a question here from our viewers. We've got one from it's Ryan Turkey.
Ryan.
Yeah, he says, let's see here, beef, short ribs, or tri-tip.
tri-tip.
I like tri-tip too. And then we've got another one. Let's see here, from Pickles Barbecue. Craig, what are your favorite Portuguese seasonings and dishes?
Portuguese seasonings is not. There's not really a lot of seasonings in Portuguese food, like something like that's extraordinary. They do it like with wine, bay leaves, garlic. There's a lot of garlic in Portuguese food. Allspice is another one.
No,
It's not. They don't have like. They don't get like outrageous with the spices. It's like if you're doing like a picanha or something like that. That's Brazilian or Portuguese thing. That you're throwing salt on it.
Yeah.
You're throwing salt. Some of them will grind up like crushed pepper and bay leaves and do that.
Okay.
But a lot of it's like marinating.
So what are your favorite Portuguese dishes?
Well, that Portuguese, the spicy pork there, that's like a serrano. We call it blade meat. That there, I like doing like a Portuguese steak, which is you're getting a steak and they mostly use like a you want to call it I can't even think of a steak. Well, it's like a cheaper cut of steak. They'll pound the hell out of it and they'll put like chunks of garlic banging into it and like layer them on top, let them sit for a while, and then you fry them out. It's like I actually might do that as a cook. It's a Portuguese steak that has like a hot pepper on it and stuff like that. It's got like a beer sauce in it with tons of garlic. That is amazing.
Sounds awesome.
I don't know
You
if we
deliver?
can do
You deliver?
Yeah. By the time it gets there, like the shoulder car will be gone by the time I get there.
I see.
do you like blood pudding? I have a girlfriend that is Portuguese.
No,
and she makes
no. Don't even bring that stuff up. Nope.
No bueno,
That's my mother and my grandma stuff right there. Me, no.
Yeah, I haven't been too brave to try it yet.
I know.
Hey, you're bringing the smells to me, man. I can smell the disgustingness right now. Oh my god. Like childhood right there. It's like nope.
I have a friend who was he's Portuguese, but he was born in Angola, which was a part of Portugal when he was born, and he was talking about some meat one time and how delicious it was, but we've never been able to get him to make it. So
there's a lot of stuff that when I was younger that I had that there was really no recipe. The recipe was in their head. If they wrote it down, they just wrote down something, and as they change it, they just keep writing over stuff. You can never make it even if you had what they wrote down. There's only a couple recipes from like my grandma, my aunt, and stuff that I have. All the rest of them, they're gone. The recipes went with them.
yeah,
And they could give you the recipe, tell you how to do it. You'd make it when it tastes the same. And he told you exactly what to do. There's just something that they're not telling you that they put in that. Because every family will have something different. You like that spicy pork. My family can make it. Your family can make it. It's going to be two different ways, two different tastes. They all make it. They change everything themselves. Is what they do.
and only they know. Yeah, that's the sad part.
They'll tell you, but they don't tell you everything. It's like, yeah, you told me, right? It's not the same.
Yeah, that's why my grandma was too. The only thing I can make that was exactly like hers is chuck roast. And that was salt, pepper. That was it.
There you go.
Oven.
Easy enough, right?
Yeah, but you had to. I'm a subscriber of if you have to put steak sauce on a steak, it's no good. And yeah, to me, that's one of those things you have to put steak sauce on it. So yeah. We got quite a few guests out here. We got Laura. It looks like Mrs. Craig's out there. I like it. Thank you for showing up. Yeah. Of course, we got Charlie. Hello, everybody else. If I miss you. Oh, Mike from Big Cats 305. Hello. Thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. What's Chris
Chris's
say?
family secret. Chris's best family secret is no cilantro.
Which brings me to our. It was going to
Yes.
be our last question, but Craig, that's behind there. But we are running a thing: cilantro or no cilantro. Right now, it's 1-1. I'm cilantro. Monica was no cilantro. Craig, cilantro or no cilantro?
Yes, you see my cooks, it's in there.
I knew you were. Yep. When I watched one of your cooks today, I was like, "Yep, I know how he's going to answer it." So I will mark you down as yes. So 2-1. We're in the lead. I like it.
It's not as much. I don't use as much as I use a jalapeno, but it's up there.
Yeah.
I use jalapeno and everything.
Right on. So, Craig, if you had to describe your cooking style in 2 to 3 words, how would you describe it?
2 or 3 words. Fat guy cooking. That's it.
Ah, dang it. That's awesome. I can hardly wait to get Charlie on here to see what he has to say. He's the only skinny guy out there I know who cooks. That's funny. That is funny. I think I know the answer to this one, but I got to ask it anyways. Go-to rubs.
Uncle Steve's. And I don't really. I got tons. I literally probably got about 100 different rubs here.
Okay.
The one I use the most now is I use the Uncle Steve's. I make my own too.
Okay.
I use a lot of my own.
I just got this in today, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. That's the bird one.
Yeah, I get that. I use that. That's good stuff.
Yeah. I was part of the 6 people who he asked to do his trying this stuff out. I can't get it in there, but there was bird 2, bird 1, and he asked, what do you like better? And then I like them both about the same, but when I poured them together, they was great. So I need to ask him what is in this one. Is it a combination of the two, or what it is? So I want to get him on the show, anyways.
Yeah, his spices definitely. Those spices pop.
Yeah.
So every time I make something to give to somebody, like, what is this? And so you tell them, it's like, damn.
Yep.
I got a few people that actually order it. It's like they order. It's like then someone else is ordering it. Then they're letting their mother try it, and their mother likes it too, or something. It's like, oh,
correct. What would you put Gator Shake on?
Chicken, fish, shrimp, anything I want. Citrus. If you make guacamole, whack a little bit of Gator Shake. Game changer.
I've done it on popcorn.
I don't really eat popcorn.
Yeah.
But in a guacamole, it's like a game changer. It just lights it right up. It's like, wow.
If I ever go back to a movie theater, I'm sneaking in a thing of Uncle Steve's Gator Shake.
Those movie theaters ever going to be open again, right?
Yeah, I doubt it. So, what you've been cooking for a while? You've been filming for a while. What is your biggest blooper? And did you show it? Yeah, did you show it?
I don't. When I'm cooking, I really don't. If I screw up when I'm talking, when I'm cooking, I don't edit that stuff out. The only thing I edit is the intro. I do the intros after I cook, and by the time I'm done cooking, a lot of times the words don't want to come out. So there's a couple of them you'll see me like I'll do those cuts like 15, 16, 17 times. Something that's like I'll be doing it, and then it's like, here comes the neighbor outside. There's a kid over there. I'm just fumbling words. That's the only stuff I'll redo as an intro. Everything else, if it comes out wrong, it's like it comes out wrong. If it's really bad, I'll put a little thing on the screen or like you meant this or something. I'll have like a little guy pop up or something, do something stupid. But
seen that,
yeah, that's they all stay there. I don't cut anything out of there. When I'm cooking, the only thing I'll do is I'll pull it down. If it's like if I'm going like this, like stirring up something for like 20 minutes, that's coming out of there. I'll knock that down, fast forward through something, and other than that, everything else stays. I don't redo anything when I'm talking.
Yeah,
if I mess something up, it's like I said, it's there.
It's there. It's cooking, right? It's just real cooking.
I'm not going to try to get on a Food Network or nothing. I'm just out there screwing around in my backyard,
having a good time. Yeah,
that's it. Good time, exactly what it is. It's a getaway from reality to me back then. It's like I don't really go. I don't
That's a
go
great way
anywhere.
to look at it.
I'll drink beer in the backyard on a Saturday or something, and I cook out there on the weekend. And I cook on my day off. That's it. Other than that,
Okay. Well, what was your favorite video to make?
my favorite video to make. Probably
You
that
got
first one.
60 some odd videos, so you got quite a few.
The first one that I put up, that 15-second pit beef video. That was a fast one. That was on a phone that I had. Is like, I think Charlie said, put up a video, put something up, just get something up. I just threw that up there just to get the channel started. And
I think I've seen that one. I know.
he's got like 1,000 something views. It's like 15 seconds of poor quality of a piece of meat spinning. It's like whatever.
Hey, if it gets you views, it gets you views, right?
It's like, hey, you want to watch it? Go ahead.
That's funny, dude.
That's a cook though that I probably would like to do over, like actually do the cook.
Any plans on doing that though, or
it's possibly gonna happen. It's like it's getting cold now. I want to do that probably. Like I got like the Gabby's Grill, maybe over a Santa Maria style type cook with that. See where it goes.
Okay.
Maybe on the El Charro, spin it.
Well, that brings up another question
Hey,
that I
Craig,
actually don't have. Go ahead,
do you have a TikTok? Do you have a TikTok channel?
No, I don't have none of that. I got YouTube. I got Instagram. I got Facebook. I have that's it. I don't have any of those other chats. Those whatever those talk things are. I don't even know how to do that stuff. I was like, I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah.
So, Craig, wintertime, what are you going to do? Are you going to move into the garage so it'd be behind in the garage?
I cook up there year round. That's why I built that thing. As long as the snow is not piled up on top of me, I'm fine. I'll sit out there. I got a TV out there on the wall. I can watch TV. I got Alexa out there with outdoor speakers. I'm fine. It's just when it gets real rainy and at nighttime like this, like I'm not going to sit out there now because I plan on being out there, but it's 40 degrees now, so I'm not going out there. It's been raining all day. So.
Do you put anything down on the sides? So
no, I got where that one cooker is. There's a wall right there.
Okay,
it's got about 2 foot opening on the top of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so where I'm at, go ahead.
If you're sitting near those grills, they're throwing off heat.
That's true.
You're not going to sit there and be really cold. You'll be cold. I can light a fire. I got a fire pit that's over if I want to light that. I really don't.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. How about barbecue competitions? Have you ever joined one or do you want to be in one?
Well, funny thing with that was I was going to actually be in one with one of my friends. He asked me to be. It was in June. He does like barbecue stuff like that. He's like, you want to do them before all this stuff hit? He's like, June 13th. I'm like, all right. He does like briskets, all that stuff. He's got a trailer. He pulls around his truck and everything. He's like, yep. And obviously, it never happened, but that would have been one that I would have went to help him out, just to experience it, see how it is. But personally, I don't really have the time to do that.
Gotcha. You think it'll happen next year, maybe, or
who knows? Hopefully, right?
Yeah. It's like I go to Alaska every year, and God,
I'd like to personally just be able to go to a bar once in a while. Anything else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that my next question was going to be: ever think of being a barbecue judge? But if it doesn't really, like that.
Not really. No.
Yeah.
I'm more of like backyard. I like watching everybody else do this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I learned so much by watching everybody that's got videos. Everybody that's on here, I probably watch their videos too and everything. I'm always like watching. We always learn. You're gonna learn. It's like if you cook something, I like how you cooked. I see what you're doing. It's like maybe if I twist this up here, I can do what he's doing and what she's doing here, and then make something. Just try something different.
That's cool.
It gives you ideas. You get a lot of ideas of watching YouTube.
Correct. Yeah, it's like I was telling Monica last week. I never cook the same thing twice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Always tweaking it. And the same thing. I'll watch your video or maybe Charlie's or somebody's who, Mike's from Big Cats or Jared. And it's just like, oh, that's a great addition to this. And I happen to be making it. I'm doing a turkey this week. So I went back and looked at Ricer's video on turkey. But then CJ sends one out today on turkey legs. And I'm just like, now what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
I watched both and I'm like scratching my head going, what the hell I don't know what the hell how I'm going to do this, It's just a big. Ah!
I write a lot of stuff down when I'm going along. If I'm changing something, I'll write it down. So it's
Okay.
like when I'm done with it, I try to write everything down that I did on it, because I always change something a lot of times. Like I just write random stuff like on papers. It's like paper everywhere with just different things on it.
Okay. Interesting.
Like a mad scientist.
Just
You
change
guys are like
it
mad
up. It's like,
scientists.
what's that? That was good, but this is even better. So I was like, I got to rewrite this down here again. I'll just add on something on the side of it. So I might actually be like
Yum.
my relatives that were writing stuff on top of stuff. I'm actually doing the same thing. I complain about it, but that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe you'll write a book
And
one
if
of
you
these
film
days. You
it,
never know.
then you don't need to write it down though. You just have it on film. So
That's
my
it for
writing is on these videos. These videos go. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
There's no book writing.
Done.
Mrs. Craig, do you concur? I like what she says. He is addicted. Watching, learning, and smoking. I love the food and it keeps us safe at home. I like that. Yep, that's awesome.
Yep.
And now that he's got that Yoder, Mrs. Craig, he needs another something, another toy. Let him have another toy.
Now you're
The
stirring
dude
up stuff,
said-
Mike.
What's that?
You're stirring up stuff now.
No. I'll Monica will pay for it.
What?
Craig, what would you say your biggest influences are when it comes to cooking? Obviously Portuguese. I would think.
Yeah, that, and it's pretty much like I said. It's what I grew up with. It's just flavors that I had, and even now, like watching stuff, just doing stuff that I've never seen before, like huli chicken. Never heard of it. Tried it, like it,
Okay.
stuff like that.
A spatchcock chicken is something I've never done before, but I want to try, and I see it all the time.
It's pretty good. Just like even you split them into halves, the chicken halves, it's the same thing. You're just splitting it in half, separating it. Cooks faster. You're not getting the visual effect of a whole bird there, but it's going to eat the same. It might even taste better. But it's going to be a lot quicker instead of trying to heat up the cavity. It goes a lot quicker.
Gotcha.
It's a quicker cook.
Gotcha. All right, well, we're going to shift gears here just a little bit, Craig. This question is not really barbecue related, although it could be, I guess, if you wanted to. Your 3 top albums or groups, music groups.
Music groups, I like Johnny Cash. I like Shinedown. And I like AC/DC.
I like 2 of the 3. I've never heard of Shinedown, but I like 2
Me
of the
either.
3. Yeah,
They're
nice.
pretty good. I've seen them in concert a couple times. I like Godsmack too. That's another one.
Yeah, I like Godsmack too.
There's a bunch. I really think about like Kid Rock and stuff like that. I love that stuff too.
Okay. Is that what you guys listen to in the garage?
Yeah, we listen to everything.
Okay.
We listen to A to Z. Even in behind the garage. Just when you're cooking, you can't have it on. But
I have a buddy who owns a garage here in the Boise, in Star, Idaho. And every time I go there to get my oil changed or whatever, his guys always got the music, heavy metal cranked, and I love it. I could sit there all day and just listen to that stuff.
yeah.
That's the way it should be. Do you play an instrument?
No.
No.
Nope, not at all. Don't play an instrument. Can't work a computer. My father's a computer teacher, or was. Can't work a computer.
Gotcha.
My father was a teacher in UMass Dartmouth, computers. I can tell you how to turn it on. That's about it. Other than that, I'm lost. Can't do it.
Unfortunately, I work on computers day in and day out. I'm surprised I have
I was
a
gonna
show.
say Mike can help you with that.
Yeah. No, I refer you to Charlie. Go see Charlie. If you want something made,
Mike works at the nursery.
if you want a video made, see Steven. Short Chris. Well, I was going to ask you for the last question. How does Mrs. Craig feel about your cooking on YouTube? But she pretty much answered that earlier. She loves it. So, nice.
Yeah, it keeps me out of her hair.
Yeah.
And most of the time when I'm doing a video, she's at work. But she'll come. She cleans good. It's like I cook, she cleans. She don't cook, so I don't have to worry about cleaning. I cook, she cleans. It's pretty much how we work.
Cool. There's a question out there for you. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. What kind of car do you drive?
I got a Camry.
Okay.
pretty much fuel economy. I drive an hour each way to work. Other than that, I don't really need anything bigger. I drive back and forth to work. I don't really go anywhere. If we go anywhere, we drive my wife's got an SUV. We go on that thing.
I can see when I get older, keeping my truck and having my 70 Camaro as my car and just going everywhere. When I'm older, much older. Being one of those old farts you see drive around in the old cars, you know, like the 50s car. I'll have my 70 Camaro.
Going now.
Yeah. Well, Craig, if you had, let's say Hollywood made a movie of you, aside from me playing you, because I don't have a long enough beard, maybe somebody from ZZ Top could do this. Who would play you in a movie?
I can't even honestly tell you. Some people say if I had the short beard, like older ladies that go to my work say I look like Billy Joel. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's like I don't see that at all. It's like it's your eyes. Yeah, it's my eyes. All right, you'll be all right. Maybe it's your eyes seeing Billy Joel, but I don't look like Billy Joel. I have no clue, to be honest with you.
Already asked you about the cilantro. Craig, last question, and I want to say thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Anything you want to say before we take a quick break?
I'd just like to thank everybody for being here, watching me, the two of you, Monica, Mike. It's been a blast.
It has been a pleasure
for the show, Mike. Like I said, you had me on. It can't get no worse than this. It's only up from here.
It is sideways with maybe a couple downs and maybe back up and downs and maybe
we're down the bottom here. You're only going to go up. That's it.
Yeah, Craig, you're always welcome.
Thanks, brother.
And make sure that you guys visit Behind the Garage BBQ and make sure to smash that like and subscribe to that channel. And he's also got an Instagram.
He does, and he's on Facebook as well. Name. He's on Facebook, with Behind the Garage BBQ. So, yeah, of course, like you said, Instagram. So, Craig, thank you. I have to take a quick potty break. Be back in 2 or 3 minutes. You're more than welcome to stay on because I think at that point we're just going to open it up to everybody. If not, I understand it's late there.
Yeah, it's 9:45 right now.
Yeah. So, but at that point we'll open it up to anybody. So if you're still on, that's great. If not, we will talk to you next time.
I'm probably going to bounce out when I'm going to bounce into the chat.
Okay. That works too.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much again, Craig.
We'll see you
soon. Very much appreciated it.
Anytime, man.
Yep.
See you in the chat.
All right, bye.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to take a quick break. Let's see if I can get this right. Going to take a quick break. I will be back in 3 minutes. I'm old. I have to use the facilities.
Oh, sweet Jesus. You and my grandpa. The size of a peanut. The bladder the size of a peanut.
Yeah. What was it on Big Daddy? Only you and my grandpa go pee every 30 minutes. Yep. Right. And I'm a grandpa. All right. I'll be right back, guys. All right.
Sounds good. I'm going to drink some more of this delicious white Russian. So let's see what we got going on. I want some people to join us in the video after he returns. So be thinking about that. Let's see what we got here. I think we got to everybody's questions. I think I missed 1 or 2. But maybe Craig can help us. He can answer some of these questions about the firing pattern of a Chevy. Let's see. I think that was the other one. I don't think. Oh, and then what does he drive? I think we answered that though. Anyways, M, can I sing for you? What do you want me to sing? Wait, are you talking about me, M, or who can sing for us? Maybe somebody else might be better received if they sing for us. But I'm willing to sing for you. We'll see. I might get in trouble when Mike gets back and I'm singing. So maybe we better not. Okay. I think we should start like I think I'm going to put together a poll. I'm not sure how the best way to go about that is, but I was going through some polls today, like this or that type of thing, the best. So if you, would you eat honey and French fries? Love it or hate it? Trash or put it in my mouth? Honey and French fries. That's our first one. What do you guys think? I'm all about trying it. Put it in my mouth. Let's try it. See, what do we got here? Anybody? Anybody want some honey and French fries? Come on, folks. Sing you the song, The Barbecue Girl. Let's see. Shoot, I should have brought my ukulele. Then I could have singing you a song. Let's make one up too. I think we need a jingle is what we need. This talk show needs a jingle. There he is. The man of the hour.
I'm back. Well, that was close enough to 3 minutes, right?
Yeah. They were asking me to do crazy things like sing songs and stuff. You see,
all right.
I said I might get in trouble if I start singing.
Yes, you're going to. Yes. All right. I want to thank Craig again for being our first guest. He rocked. I love talking to Craig. It was great. Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Craig, you're welcome anytime.
He was brave, huh?
Yes, he was. He was very brave coming on. Yeah. Our guest next week is Scott from Dr. Taste Good Barbecue. Looking forward to that.
Say something, I'm giving.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
That was background music.
All right. Well, I'm going to put the link out there for everybody to see and use. Anybody is welcome to hop on the show and just general chat. Monica, have you heard of Zoom dinner parties?
I have heard of Zoom happy hours because I used to, my team used to participate on those. The second that we all got moved to a virtual, being virtual teams at work, we immediately jumped on that bandwagon of trying to shorten the distance between our team members by having virtual happy hours on Fridays.
Okay. We got invited to our first Zoom dinner party.
Do you cook yourself? How does that work?
So I guess how it goes is, let's say everybody gets enchiladas and they just sit around like this and just kind of talk back and forth. And
but do you make your own enchiladas? But you say, hey, we're all making enchiladas. You guys make your own. And
I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. Not a clue. Not a clue.
So you haven't attended yet?
No. We thought about it, but we were actually busy that day. So I see Laura's out there, Marcel's out there, my buddy Fish. I call her Fish. I was on another live. Marcel was on there, and I called her Fish. Love seeing her on there. We still got Craig online, Chris, of course. I saw Charlie. My goodness, Charlie is... Monica, you got to meet Charlie one of these days. It's rare for him to be out late on a Wednesday night. It's almost like he... I think so. I really do. But the invite is out there for him to come watch, or anybody else if they would like. Or they can just sit here and listen to you and me for a little bit longer. So, yeah. Any other... yeah, thanks, Mike. Fish works for me. Marcel's awesome. She made a fall salad, and she released a video. I believe it was today, maybe yesterday, and it looked absolutely delicious. And I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts, although when I was a kid, we had a horse that loved Brussels sprouts. You could always tell he was eating on the Brussels sprout things. You smelled on his breath. We had a garden. But I would have tried that, absolutely. It looked really good. And she had a cool trick on how to get the Brussels sprout to be not so potent. So,
Huh.
uh,
I love Brussels sprouts. Those are the bomb.
yeah, my daughter does too. Come on, anybody want to get out there and visit with us? Please do. This is free. I saw Rick earlier. Rick's getting ready to move back to Texas. I was
I thought
hoping
he
he
was.
would.
Yeah, I thought
He
he was
was.
in the
He
middle.
wasn't there yet. Yeah,
No,
and I was wanting to talk to him yesterday because I've been trying to find his specific rub out there, and I have on Suckle Busters, and I have not been able to find it. So I was hoping I could, talk to him about it. But he canceled the show, which was a real bummer because lots of times for me,
Oh.
I cannot do Mondays because it's wedding or photo for the photos. We do a lot of them on Monday, so I can't attend a show. But we happen to have a break, and now with time changing this weekend. Oh, Kenneth, we got Kenneth online from What's New Barbecue. He's got a cool Facebook group as well. Kenneth does.
Cool.
So anyhow, with time changing this weekend, we won't be doing many photos because we're not off till 5:30 Mountain Time, anyways. So we won't have much going on at that point. So come on, peeps, click the link, Charlie. I swear I won't time you out, Charlie. Hop in there. You know what time it is, Monica?
It is 7:52 Mountain Standard Time.
No.
Yes, it is.
It is White Russian cam time.
White Russian cam time. Woo!
Yep.
That actually went really well, I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Since this show is sponsored by the White Russian, I figured, what the hell? A guy asked me yesterday. I went to pick up my sister from work. She worked, well, Kelly. I went to pick her up at where she works at the bar, and the guy goes, "Hey, do you want a drink? I'll buy you a drink." I said, "No, I only drink Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays." And he goes, "Well, why is that?" So I explained to him that I know that I won't get too drunk on Wednesday night because I have to work on Thursday. I won't get too drunk on Thursday night because I have to work on Friday. And by Saturday, by Friday night, I'm usually pretty burned out on drinking. So he's like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
So I ran across these quizzes today, like weird foods. And anyways, I just thought I'd ask you a couple because they're kind of gross and just thought.
Have anything to do with cilantro?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't run across any like that, but anything with cilantro in it, we're just gonna say yuck. Okay, so here are your two choices to answer: yum or yuck. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Broccoli,
pickle?
yuck.
No, pickle and peanut butter sandwiches.
I'd
Yuck
try
or
it.
Yum?
I'm going to say yuck, but I'll preface that with I would try it just for the hell of it. I'm always willing to try something.
I am.
How about you guys out in the audience?
Pickled peanut butter sandwiches.
I think Charlie probably would because it has the word pickle in it.
Yeah. It just might.
Charlie definitely would. Whoa.
Okay. That was
Good night, Dano.
Good job.
Thank you very much for showing up. Appreciate it. We will have you on the show one of these nights. Honestly, be fun.
All right. The next one's Cheetos with milk. Yum or yuck?
That actually kind of sounds good.
Oh,
is it the spicy Cheetos or just regular?
Yes, it's a fire. The fire.
Oh,
Cheetos.
no, yuck then. If it was regular, I'd try it. There we go. Celery and peanut butter. How about cilantro and peanut butter?
Celery and peanut butter is the bomb. That is good.
Yeah. So cilantro and peanut butter.
What about peanut butter on a hamburger? Have you tried that?
Yes, I have actually once several years ago, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Charlie says no.
Have you tried it, Charlie? But have you tried it? Because it's really good.
And Marcel says she can only drink milk with sweet stuff. Okay. No, I get it. I get
honey. Add a little bit of honey in it.
There
All right,
you go.
a toasted sandwich with jam and cream cheese. That sounds freaking
Yes,
good.
I would have
Heck
it.
yeah, I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Yum.
No
All right,
PB and
watermelon.
onions.
Yeah, these are not weird foods. Now we're just getting like, come on, this is normal. Watermelon with feta. Yeah.
No,
Put
I don't
that.
like watermelon.
Oh,
I'm from
who
the
are
watermelon
you?
capital of the world, and I cannot
Communist.
stand watermelon.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
do you how are you from the capital of Watermelonville and you
Yeah,
don't like
you get.
watermelon?
I do not. No, I don't.
Oh, here's one for you. What the hell is Vegemite?
Oh, this is an Australian thing. Patty Joe cooks with Vegemite all the time.
What
He
is
loves
it?
it. I don't know. It's some Australian vegetable something. So
It shows a tube. It shows it like in a
it's
squeeze.
it's like
Tube.
you squeeze it out and you spread it. So
What?
remember somebody did I think it was Men at Work, Vegemite, and he
I gotta
gave
try
me
this.
the Vegemite sandwich. So yeah, they're big into Vegemite and
Avocado.
no. The hell's that thing that he makes every once in a while? Not Tasmanian devil, but it's something else that he cooks with all the time. And you're just like, okay.
A kangaroo.
Yeah, well, he's cooked with kangaroo, but no, there's something else.
I want
Something
to
else
see
that
this. Okay,
yeah.
you have to get the channel name from you because I really got to see this now.
It's just Patty Joe Cooking, PADDYJOE Cooking. And he's actually my cousin. So, and he lives in Melbourne, Australia. We think we're
Really?
cousins. Yeah.
Oh, you think you're
Wallaby.
cousins?
Thank you, Charlie. Wallaby is what he cooks with.
Okay. Oh, wallaby. Isn't
Yeah,
that
and
the
I think
same
he did
thing
one.
as a kangaroo? A wallaby?
I don't know. But he did
Mm.
something, I think it was Vegemite and Wallaby once. And it's like, this guy comes up with some crazy crap. That's
Yeah,
why when
try.
we were talking with Craig and he did the meatball enchiladas, which I thought sounded absolutely amazing. It reminded me of something Patty Joe would do. This guy just, whatever's in his freezer. And what was that stuff, Charlie? The tasty cheese or some crazy thing like that he gets. The name of their food is just totally different.
Huh.
Oh, deep fried spaghetti, meatball, and toast
That's
with
good.
cheese is awesome.
Oh,
Cooking
yeah.
green bastard style. You got
Oh,
that. Oh God, I'd
that
be all over
is
that.
good. Yep.
Yes.
All right, I got another one for you. Egg and oatmeal. And it shows it like over medium. Egg.
Egg over medium.
Oatmeal.
Because
Laying on top of it. Oh, I'm not sure I could do that.
Yeah, I'm not a egg over medium fan. It's either scrambled or well cooked. But I would try it. But I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
If all it was
green
out there,
onion sprinkled on the top as a garnish.
Yeah, that might be okay. Yeah, he says extra tasty cheese and other weird cheese labels. Yeah, down in Australia. It's funny to watch some of the crap he gets.
Oh, it sounds
great. Patty Joe's awesome. He is so much fun. I'm going to go down and visit him, I think in 2 years if I can. And nice. I hope the cops are well prepared for 2 weeks of fuckery. Let's put it that way. Because Patty Joe, I have a feeling Patty Joe and I are going to get. That's how they say it in Great Britain. Fuckery. Yeah.
Okay, so I got another one. Fries and ice cream. I have.
Yes, I've actually done that. Yeah. Fancy Freeze here that we have. It's a Fancy Freeze is not a chain or anything that I'm aware of, but they have two. It's kind of a malt shop place, right? But you can get burgers and that. And I've actually had fries and milkshake, vanilla milkshake before, and it's okay. It's not my favorite.
It's a mom and pop. It's a mom and pop drive-in, but they have the best shakes. But yeah, that is really good. And they actually have a brand, a national brand. I don't know the name of it, but the gimmick of it is that it's fries and ice cream mixed together. And it's a little funky. Let me try it. I did
maybe not mixed together, but dipped, right? You take a fry and dip it in there. That'd be kind of cool. I would do it just because.
Fresh fries dipped is the best, though. That's where you gotta go.
Yeah, Charlie says chocolate shake for sure.
Oh yes.
That would be good.
Yes, with the frosting.
Nice salty fry with a chocolate shake. Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be good. How about salt and pepper on apples? I've had salt.
I've
on
had
apples.
salt. Yeah, I've had salt. Why not? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yum.
me too. I'm thinking that's good. That's a good
Absolutely.
one. Honey on pizza. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see.
I could see it on a Hawaiian,
Okay,
or
but then I'd make
pineapple.
it really sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh, or dessert pizza maybe. That would be.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, Oreos and orange juice.
Yeah. They do the Oreos and bacon. I thought about that. Anderson Smoke Show just did a video with Oreos and bacon. You take an Oreo and you wrap it in bacon. You cook the bacon beforehand, and you put it on I think a smoker, and that actually looks kind of cool. So
that does sound good.
Craig, no.
And fish, it was egg over oatmeal. That's what it was. She said she missed it.
I think I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna
pass down too. That does not sound good. And then grilled cheese with applesauce.
I've had grilled cheese with apples, and that's really good. I actually did a video on that, and that would came out really damn good. So applesauce.
How do you do that? Are you like actually slicing apples into your grilled
cheese? Yeah, you
cheese?
take a Granny Smith apple and you just shave it real thin.
Shut up.
And then you cook it, right, on your flat top or whatever. And then when you're starting to do your cheese, melt your cheese, you just throw it on there, and it's actually really good. So applesauce, sure, why not? We got Todd on from Dad Incredible Barbecue and Beer. Hello, Todd.
Great.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yep.
Popcorn with ketchup. I have not had this, but I've had hot sauce over popcorn, and it is good.
Yeah, we used to do Tabasco
Cholula.
or Cholula. We used to do both, mainly Tabasco on popcorn. So I'm gonna say, yeah, why not? What the hell? Yum.
Yeah. Oh, but ketchup? No. I don't know.
Well,
that doesn't sound.
Is it
with hot sauce?
Is it the sriracha ketchup?
It does not specify. We'll see.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay. All right. That's legal.
All right.
That's legal.
Okay, this is one that I always did as growing up. But potato chips and sandwiches. That is the bomb.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're
like
from.
on a bologna
what
sandwich?
Sandwich it is. Yeah. You throw some chips in it, and it's like gourmet. I love chips. A sandwich.
Cooking green bastard style. Pizza is not a dessert.
I see that.
Now Laura's got one. Grilled cheese with either onions or tomatoes. Put them both on there. I'd be all over that.
Yeah, that would be good either way, I think.
Yeah, I'd be all over that.
For sure. Chocolate chip cookies and cheese. No.
Chocolate chip cookies and cheese.
I don't think so.
What kind of cheese though? I'm guessing it's just regular.
It shows that kind that you see where they're smacking their kids with their babies with it. It's that American flimsy kind, they're singly wrapped. What are those, American cheese?
Yeah.
Processed cheese.
No,
I'm gonna say no. That's a hard no.
I'm probably gonna. I'm gonna say I'd try it, but it doesn't sound appetizing.
Chocolate chip cookies and cheese. No.
Chocolate chip cookie? I thought you said chocolate chips. Chocolate chip cookies and cheese.
Cookies. Yeah,
I would do that. Hell yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Why not? Sounds good. You know, it'd be really cool is that squeezy cheese. And just dump it on the top.
Yeah.
My cholesterol level's going up just talking about this.
Oh no, this one actually kind of sounds good. Vanilla ice cream with balsamic vinegar. Yeah, I'll try it. That sounds good. Homemade balsamic.
Yuck.
What?
Yeah.
Good. Anything with vanilla ice cream is good.
Well, yeah, but balsamic, you're talking about like You got sweet
so
on
much
one side and just like make your mouth curl up
deliciousness.
like you got no teeth on the other side. You know, like you're a
Like
gummer, and it's
the
like
gummy
I don't know.
bear. Okay, and pizza. What? Oh, pineapple on pizza. That's,
Oh
come on,
yeah,
that's not.
hello. What do you
Yeah,
think
it's
of
like hello,
Hawaiian?
yeah, Canadian bacon and
Yeah,
pineapple.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, we got Uncle
we love
Pickles out there, all the way from jail. Uncle
away
Pickles
from
decided to
jail.
show up from jail, so
What?
apparently he's got some internet rights. It's good to see you, Uncle Pickles. Um, Charlie seems to be living it up outside of jail, but I think Charlie probably needs to come visit you. Yeah.
Are we talking about Facebook jail?
No, no, real jail. We determined
Oh,
that Uncle Pickles is
but who's
Charlie's. Uh, Uncle Pickles is Charlie Pickles' uncle, but from Pickles Barbecue. But Uncle
mhm,
Pickles is the uncle that's in jail.
okay?
Oh,
Did he hijack his account?
I'm not gonna say. I'm
Okay,
not gonna say. Uncle Pickles has been on a few times. So he was on last week. Came to visit us.
yeah, great.
I'm surprised nobody wants to come and visit with us.
I know. I'm really upset about that too.
I am too. I mail you a roll of
Come on,
toilet
folks.
paper with a shiv, Uncle.
Yeah. Cut these with razor blades.
Exactly.
Make him a Gillette bayonet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that it for the funky foods?
That was it for those funky foods for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
So,
I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
yeah, do you do
So,
any fun like is there any food like you grew up with and like your parents like talked you into but like you grew up doing it not knowing it was like gross to other people, but you're like, "Oh, it seems very normal to me and I love it." Like canned milk, evaporated, canned milk over
mhm.
chocolate cake. Grew up with that, and everybody's like, "What are you doing to your cake?" But
I
you're
think
pouring.
one of my grandmas used to do that.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
great.
My grandpa used to love fresh Rocky Mountain oysters, and I remember him doing it right
Cooked
there in
or
the chute. And
cooked,
then
right?
it would go into a bowl, and then immediately in the
Oh,
house to be boiled.
okay, okay, you totally cooked it
Yeah,
though. That's good.
and with and it was always the grossest thing because they had the worst foods. Like, and I don't care for that food. You could mass that shit with a pound of cheese, and I still wouldn't want it. Um,
Really?
it would be like with eggplant and rutabaga, and I was like, ugh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'll just throw in some what do you call those Brussels sprouts, and you're really on board, right?
Oh, Brussels sprouts and broccoli and just a little
And broccoli, yeah,
shavings
I gotta
of
get some broccoli.
cauliflower over the top. Boy, that'd be Charlie. Rocky Mountain oysters rock.
If you're
I
not
haven't tried them in
if you're not
years.
the Rocky Mountain
Yes, that's the Rocky Mountain oysters
no.
do rock. But watching where they came from, when I was a
So
kid, I did not like. I didn't like rice, and I didn't like Brussels sprouts. I can eat them both
you like
now.
rice?
Rice is fine, but Brussels sprouts still I have a problem choking down. But I had an Irish setter who loved rice and Brussels sprouts.
So you
I
had them
remember
all
being
your
the
all
yeah,
your
I remember being the last one at the table one time and feeding Mac under the table, right? And I said to my stepdad, "Hey, I'm done." And the first thing he did is went and looked in Mac's mouth. And Mac unfortunately went into the bathroom because back in the day you didn't have bowls. The dog just went to the bathroom to get a drink, and his mouth was cleaned out. And I'm like, thank goodness, 'cause I knew my butt was in trouble. So I years later, I told Bruce that story, and he goes, "I remember that." He goes, "I knew Mac ate that stuff. I just couldn't prove it." I'm like, yeah, thank
Well,
God.
pickles, there's tongue, kidney, heart, try pig's feet. Aren't those called offals? Oh, like offal, the organs. I love all that stuff. That's good. We grew up on that too.
Yeah, we were
That is
talking
good.
last week, Charlie and I, about giblets. I love giblets.
Hmm.
Turkey giblets. That's the
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff, man.
heck yeah,
That's the best
that's
part.
good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And so is there any other ones that you did growing up, or maybe your mom or dad or grandparents did?
My my granddad and step grandma always loved to make rutabagas, turnips, and eggplant. Constantly. I mean, that was a part of the dinner. That was a
Really?
major part of what was in their garden. It seemed like with
Hmm.
anything that I didn't like, which was pretty much anything. Even carrots. I to this day I'm not a big carrot fan.
I'm not
I'll eat
either.
it, but I don't won't eat it. I won't eat them raw if I don't have to.
Right.
Uh, that's what they had,
Huh.
But
Sounds
my
good.
step grandparents on Saturday night was always hamburger night. Man, that was my favorite night of the week, man.
You
And you
are
knew you
gonna
always
do
got the same hamburger every time, but you would, maybe a different pickle. Maybe you had, sweet pickles versus just, back in the day, you didn't have like 50 different types of pickles. Maybe you're lucky if you got a bread and butter pickle, that week. So that was always my favorite time to go
I
visit.
think Mama Z's should come on, join our video and tell us what Polk Salad is.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. What is that, Mama
Yeah,
Z's?
that sounds good, but you definitely
Eh,
have to join us.
Yeah.
Come on, we need some other people to join us too. Come on, Chris. I know you're out there still
Keeps be dropping.
being all
Uncle
quiet.
Pickles left. It was his time was up, his internet
He's the
usage
anti
time,
pumpkin.
and
Yeah.
he probably had a prison
Visitation.
guard whack him a few times very hard and tell him to get away from the computer as Uncle Pickles was walking away going like this, typing and getting beat. So yeah, I'm not a dry chicken or turkey fan either. I would much rather have I'm not a chicken breast fan. I love breasts, don't get me wrong, but not chicken. Um,
Yeah, I'm not fond of
Mama's
chicken.
Mama Z is in the house. Hi, my friend. How are you?
Yay!
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you so much for
Good.
showing up and coming on.
Glad you joined us.
Yeah. Polk salad. What
Tell
is
us what
that?
Polk Salad is.
Me
She can tell us what Polk
mute
Salad
my
is.
other deal real quick. Okay, Polk salad grows primarily in the South. I'm obviously it's in Texas too. Actually, it's a weed. Get my camera straight here. It is it grows as a weed, and if you eat it raw, it is poisonous.
Interesting.
And you have to boil it like a cajillion times. You have to boil it, and then you pan fry it.
Okay.
What?
So what
Try
is
it.
it's actually a weed.
Huh.
But you eat it a lot like collard greens.
Oh,
Oh, I love collard greens. Yo,
yeah.
collard greens are
So
awesome.
do you like
But
fry it with
actually,
bacon, or what do you fry it with? You just like
yeah, you can fry it up like with bacon or something like that. I haven't actually had it since I was a kid, but my mother used to cook it all the time when I was little. I can remember her handing me just a grocery sack, just a brown sack, and I'm sure I was pulling up more grass than I was actually poke salad, but she took me off to go pick it, just to occupy me while I was just pulling anything that would I could pick up while she was picking it. But yeah, if you just eat it raw, it'd kill you. But yeah, you had to cook
holy
it,
crap.
had to boil it several times. But it's a
It
big
makes
thing.
me wonder, like, who decided that, like, let's cook it. Maybe that person won't die
Right.
next time.
All these people are dying over here. Well, let's try cooking it.
Right.
Let's
I'm
cook
sure
it.
it was Indians, in Texas. It was kind of a Native American dish. But yeah,
Huh.
poke salad.
Interesting.
I grew up eating that
Polk
a lot.
salad with anything else in it? Or was it just the greens?
It was just the
Was there
greens,
anything else in it?
bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Very
remember
similar to collard
eating that a
greens. Yeah.
lot.
What is the weed? What's the name of the weed, or is it just polk?
Polk, Polk.
I gotta Google this. This sounds interesting.
I know. Now we got to check this out.
Yeah, because I love collard
Okay.
greens. That's one of my favorites, and there's nobody up here who can
Really?
do it right. Yeah, I've been to several of the barbecue joints around here. They can't do collard greens right.
Where are you guys from? I just happened to see y'all were live, and where are y'all at?
Boise, Idaho.
Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, we thank you very much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
sure.
This is actually our very first show. I mean, last week it was get to know your hosts, which was Monica and I, and this week was our first guest, which was Craig. So
Okay, awesome.
yeah.
I have I've been doing YouTube right at a year, so I started October 8th, 2019. So I've been doing a live stream for every Saturday. I do a show every Saturday morning. So
Okay. Well, I'm definitely
Keep
going to
in
have to look
mind.
up your channel. That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to stay as long as you want. Please
Sure.
do because I love this idea of the Polk salad. You know, as like Monica said, I got to wonder who was that person who said, "Hey, let's cook the hell out of it and see if you can actually eat it." You know, can you imagine being that poor guy going, "Here you go, buddy. Here you go, Lester. Try this." You know.
Well, Texans are pretty when they
I gotta try that business. My dad.
Go ahead, Mama Z.
I was just say when Texans were settling, coming
ahead.
out of sea and settling Texas, I imagine they were trying to just survive and eating whatever they could, trying to figure out what they could eat to survive on when they were settling in Texas. So I'm sure that was a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a lot,
Mhm.
all over the place, especially in the West. There were so much plant life that was not native to the East
Oh yeah,
that people had to most likely rely upon the Native Americans to say, hey, you can eat this, you can't eat this, but if you cook the hell
absolutely.
out of this, you'll be okay.
Right.
It's kind of like rhubarb,
Absolutely.
right? Don't eat the leaves, but you can eat the stalk. There's Lester again going, well, he survived eating pork. Try this now, buddy. And he
Right.
he died. So. That is
Well,
insane.
and that was a lot of it. The settlers depended a lot on the Native Americans to survive when they settled Texas, because that was a lot of people, they see Texas and they see Hollywood and they think it's all desert. There's actually all kinds of landscape in Texas. If you haven't ever been to Texas, like where I live just north of Houston. It's actually very wooded. We live butted up next to a national forest
Okay.
here, and you go up where I grew up in North Texas. It's very plains, area, and there's hill countries, there's mountains, there's coastal area, there's West Texas, there it's almost desert. But if you see Hollywood, you think we're all desert, which is not true. There's actually very little of that, but Hollywood will make you think Texas is just all desert, and that's actually very little of Texas. So
I've only been to Dallas, Fort Worth, and it was very flat,
yeah,
but it was also very congested. So, and I know that that's not even
very small.
yeah, that's not it's not even a real sampling. As a matter of fact, it's probably not even worth saying I've been to Texas other than I went to Dallas. I have a friend who's
No.
from Jared, was on here earlier, Frack Daddy Barbecue. He's from
Mhm.
South Texas, somewhere in there. I think he just moved, and what he talks about the area, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're just north of Houston and Conroe. So that it's very beautiful here. Like I said, we're butted up to a national forest, pine trees, and it's very gorgeous here. So, but you can literally spend weeks and weeks. It takes days to travel across Texas. We're bigger than most states, you know.
Right.
So we're our own country.
And you were at one time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
You're the only state that was its own country for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only state bigger is Alaska.
Yeah, and it's just in land mass, you know, but population wise,
No comparison.
no comparison, right? So, and we have the best barbecue.
Oh,
There you go.
Definitely by far and wide, you guys have the best barbecue.
Well, I don't know. I've been to North Carolina and I've had some great barbecue there. No,
Don't even compare. We were in North Carolina a few weeks ago. My husband and I flew out to visit another channel friend of. Actually, we had a big gathering at Big Bear Homestead, but we flew into a friend of ours, Nashville, NC. We stopped there first, and she took us to Lexington to eat barbecue there. It was okay, but they drowned their barbecue in barbecue sauce.
You got that right. Yeah.
Yeah, barbecue sauce is for dipping. It is not, you know, if you've got to drown your barbecue sauce, your barbecue and barbecue sauce, you're masking something.
Right.
You got a point there. Yeah.
Sauce is for dipping, not for drowning your meat in it. So
yeah,
Texas, of course, Texas barbecue is mainly beef. Now we do some pulled pork, but it's mainly beef. And we're just we like sausage too, but you know, it's mainly beef. Now I've had some really good barbecue in New Orleans. My husband and I went to New Orleans a couple of years ago. Some of the best pulled pork barbecue I've ever had, a little restaurant called Voodoo Barbecue.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Outstanding pulled pork barbecue. But by far, it was okay. The Lexington barbecue was okay. I still prefer my Lockhart barbecue. And Lockhart, Texas, probably hands down best barbecue I've ever had in my life.
Okay. Now, Easy Bake Barbecue says, don't forget Memphis and KC barbecue.
They're okay. I'm just a partial Texan to my barbecue.
And that's totally legal.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's funny because out west, and Monica, you might be able to back me up on this. We don't have a style of barbecue. It's kind of like this. It's like Jello, right? It's just a congealed bunch of crap that they say, oh, this is Texas barbecue. This is KC barbecue, you know, whatever. Yeah. We don't have that. This is Texas barbecue. We don't have that. This is Idaho barbecue. We don't have that distinction. You know, we don't even have a sauce like Alabama white or South Carolina mustard sauce, or my favorite is Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce, which is a dip, like you were saying, right?
Right.
I don't really care for the western side of North Carolina because it's tomato based, but I love vinegar, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I think of North Carolina, I think of the eastern side, which I make when I do pork, a dipping sauce.
Right.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll do my rub on there, but I'm not a big fan of a heavy rub. Right? Let the meat shine through.
Absolutely.
The rub is to complement the meat. It's like I said earlier. If you have a steak and you have to put barbecue sauce on it, there's something wrong with that steak.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. So for me, a rub complements the meat. It doesn't overpower it. Same with the barbecue sauce. When I do parties here with, let's say, pork or a brisket or whatever, I have barbecue sauce as an option, or the Eastern North Carolina sauce, which a year and a half ago went like crazy mad out the door at a 4th of July party. We didn't do it this year, but it's an option. I don't put it on there. I'm just not a fan of that.
I've got a brisket recipe that I can cook even in my oven that, you know, Texas likes their Worcestershire sauce and this liquid smokes and the the smoky flavor. We love to, cook on a smoker. We like the smoked flavor.
Mhm.
Um,
You guys mesquite fans, right? Things like that.
love mesquite. Yep.
Okay.
Mesquite, pecan, those flavors. We love those smoky flavors.
I'm applewood, so
Yeah, applewood's good too. Any smoke flavor, we're big fans of. More so than the vinegar. We had another thing we ate there. I wasn't a big fan of was they had a red sauce coleslaw that was tomato based.
No, not.
I wasn't a fan of it either.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my coleslaw. I'm just.
What's your perfect coleslaw? If I said, Mama Z, I have a party this weekend, I need a coleslaw mix. What? Give me just the basic.
Just a classic. Keep it classic. Just a vinegar, a little bit of sugar.
I love you, girl. That's awesome.
Just a classic coleslaw. I'm not going to go anything crazy. I like just a clean classic coleslaws.
I am in total agreement with you. If I would have walked up to coleslaw and it was like that, I'd be like, no. Oh, yeah, are you team cilantro? Do you like cilantro or not?
Love cilantro.
All right, boom.
Love cilantro.
Oh, it's 3-1 now. We have a board here, and I should have brought it out, and I totally forgot in prepping. Team cilantro or not?
I'm a Tex-Mex cook. When I cook, I definitely am a Tex-Mex cook. I tell people that all the time. I cook Tex-Mex. I do an enchilada recipe that I tell people, if you are looking for classic enchiladas, this is not classic enchiladas. I make Tex-Mex enchiladas. There are other channels out here that will give you the classic enchiladas. I'm going to cook Tex-Mex for you because that's not what I know how to cook. And it's so funny because people they'll say, oh, you're from Texas, you need to cook all Mexican food. And I said, let me tell you something. Not everybody from Texas cooks just Mexican food. Okay. We're known for other things, but just Mexican food. I cook Tex-Mex food, and that's something that's totally different. Tex-Mex is a totally different thing than Mexican food. It is completely different. That's a whole different thing. And I am not going to insult any Latino person by telling you that I cook Mexican food, because I do not. I cook Tex-Mex. It's completely different.
Mama Z, let me ask you a question. That's very fascinating. You cook Tex-Mex. If you were to say Texas, if I were to say, Mama Z, I really need some brisket, what would you think that the influences were for a Texas style brisket or beef of some kind?
Texas style brisket is cooked out on a pit with a mild rub on it, but it mainly has usually just slightly trimmed and just cooked out either with pecan or mesquite on a pit.
Okay. What would you think the influence? Where would that influence come from? Would it be from the fact that it was a part of Mexico at one time, or Spain, or or what?
Cattle drive.
Okay.
For the ranchers. Yep.
Oh, that makes total sense. Become these cowboys, they got to eat something, right?
Yep. Right.
Okay.
And it probably a little bit of both, but a lot of it came from I would say a lot of it from both, because it had a lot of because a lot of it was both, though, because even a lot of early ranching was Latino. I mean, a lot of the early ranchers were Latino. A lot of the early cowboys were Latino.
Sure.
So I would say it had both.
Certainly where the Western saddle came from.
Yeah.
Big time influence. Yeah.
Yeah. It would have influence from both.
Okay.
But, a lot of the early cowboys were,
Do you, are you into rubs? and I mean as in food rubs. You know, do you because there's a lot of good rubs that come out of there, out of Texas. Matter of fact, the rub I use, Uncle Steve's, primarily comes out of Texas. Suckle Busters as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
Are you into rubs when it comes to cooking?
I kind of do my own. I do
Okay.
my own mix, and I just kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's
Okay.
my thing. I throw my own stuff together. I eventually would love to be able to do my own mix. I tend to go. We have a local um, grocery that is local to Texas that sells bulk spices, and I experiment and put my own stuff together. And
Ooh, I like
someday,
that.
that living the dream, I would love to have my own line of stuff.
What would be the three ingredients? I love having you on, by the way. This is awesome. I love
Thank you.
spontaneous guests. What would be your three, let's say four, dream ingredients? And not necessarily in order, but your three or four dream ingredients in a rub. Your top four.
Mm,
You could have 50 in there.
probably my big one. I would start with garlic. I love garlic.
I'm right there with you, girl. Love it.
Garlic is probably, I use garlic and roasted garlic are my two favorites that I go with. I use a lot of Cajun seasonings.
Okay.
And gosh, I use oregano a lot. I use
Really interesting.
gosh, now I'm gonna sit here and draw a blank. Seasoned salt. I use salt, pepper, garlic. Help me out. What are some? I'm looking at my husband. What are some of the that I use a lot? Because now I'm sitting here drawing a blank.
I hope you don't mind if I have a smoke. I hope you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I have one vice. Everybody's got their thing.
So,
It's like the
I-
Dick Cavett show in the old days.
right.
Oh, John Lennon, how you doing, buddy?
I quit about 6 years ago. So,
When you quit it, I started. So you're big into oregano and garlic, salt and
Yeah.
pepper. That's
Yeah.
a great place to start.
yeah, just kind of usually what I feel at the moment. I mean, let's see, what are we going to use today? I mean,
You ever buy the off brands the lesser known brands? I'm not talking about the McCormick's or anything like that, but
I buy in bulk. I
Okay.
said, our grocery store offers the bulk spices, and I buy them in bulk, and I put them in mason jars.
okay. And you just kind of
Mustard,
little
dry
here, little there.
mustard. Yeah, dry mustard. I use that a lot. Turmeric. Yeah, the ginger. A lot of those I just buy in bulk, and I have them in mason jars, and I will just put a mix together. It's like, do I feel froggy today? And what am I going to throw in here?
What's the weather like?
What's the
Whatever.
weather like
What's
today?
your
What are
mood,
we
right?
going to? Yeah.
You go like this and go, that tastes good. Boy, that it could use a little
Yeah.
bit more salt. Okay.
Chili powder. I use a lot of chili powder.
Okay.
Like I made some chili powder or some chili in my pressure cooker
Ooh.
because it got cold.
Beans or no beans?
No beans.
That's a legit question these days. I know.
I live in Texas. We don't put no dang beans.
No beans. I love you, girl. I love you.
The only reason you'd ever put beans in your chili is because it's close to, it's 3 days from payday, and you got to make that crap stretch. But you just
Or
don't.
you really don't like the person you're with.
Yeah, no, I live in Texas. We don't put beans in our chili.
I love you.
Those are fighting words.
Mama Z, we have a question for you out there.
Sure.
What is Mama Z's favorite protein to make?
Favorite protein is beef.
Beef. Okay. And do you have a particular cut? If you don't mind, let's narrow this down a little bit. particular cut? Do you like ribeye, New York, brisket,
Ribeye.
ribeye? Okay.
Ribeye or
I knew I liked you. God, I love you, girl.
ribeye or I mean, if my two favorite are brisket and ribeye.
I just actually made my first brisket about 2 weeks ago, and it was okay. Chili Wars 2020, I like it because Easy Bake who asked the questions, Team Beans. All right, you're on, Easy Bake. It's you and Mama Z in the ring.
Actually, in 3 weeks, on the 7th, I'm going to be in a chili cook-off, which it's just with our church. But I actually won it. Gosh, it's 4 years ago now. So it's time for me to bring the trophy home again.
Trophy home. I love it. Please share with us if you would.
Absolutely.
I am very curious. I love having you on. This is awesome. So for me, I made my first brisket, and it was okay at best. If it comes down to a ribeye or New York, whatever, I can knock it out of the park, right? But for whatever reason, the bigger cuts I struggle with my smoker or whatever I cook it on, and it's just to me, I think it comes down to lack of experience, right? Everybody cooks steaks, but pork, I cooked my first pork butt last week, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. And everybody that I shared it with at our local pub, everything, they loved it, right? Um, at least they told me they did, right? But I struggle with the larger sides of beef. What is your secret, if you don't mind sharing with us, on a brisket? Let's say we're making a brisket.
Okay, the secret with a brisket is two things. One, you need to marinate it for 24 hours at least.
I did not do that.
You need to marinate it. You need to poke it, soak it for at least 24 hours in your fridge.
What do you marinate it with?
Um,
Is it just a brine or?
I usually do a brine of liquid smoke, a little bit of soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce.
Monica's all over that.
Okay, and then let it soak up in and then my other little secret weapon on this is Cavender's Greek seasoning, and you can buy the Cavender's that is MSG free.
Okay.
And if you don't want the MSGs in it, I usually get the regular, but I know sometimes the MSGs bothers people. If you're sensitive to it, they do sell MSG free.
Correct.
You can get that. So let that kind of tenderizes it a little bit. Let it soak up in your refrigerator overnight. Then the other key to that is slow and low for hours.
Just like life needs to be.
Hours and hours. Just let it sit there and leave it alone.
What temperature do you pull it at?
250.
Okay. And do you have a probe, or do you know by feel?
You kind of know it by feel, but
My son's the same way. Yep.
You know it by feel. Now you can cook one in the oven, and I have, because right now I live in an apartment. I don't have a smoker here at the apartment. When I had a smoker, we'd cook it out on a smoker. So now I have to cook them in the oven. Now, if you cook one in the oven, you can put it in the oven, put it just as about 250 in the oven, cook it all dang day.
Okay.
In just like 8 hours. Slow. Even if you get a smaller one, you can put it in your crock pot.
Okay.
Slow. Cook it for 8 hours. That thing will fall apart on you. It'll be the best thing you've ever ate in your life.
Wow. Have you ever done things with like pellet grills or smokers or Weber? The old Weber kettles?
Yep.
Do you like using those as well, or?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I love my Weber kettle. How I lived 20 years without it, I don't know.
Yeah. But we had a Weber before we moved into this apartment, and I hate that we got rid of it.
Yeah.
If we ever get out of this apartment, I will have one again.
Now I get it. You got the constraints of being in an apartment, and two,
Yep.
space. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. How about burnt ends? You do burnt ends?
Absolutely. That's the best this
Mama Z, what's your secret? Curious minds want to know. Mainly this dude.
just the you're talking about just the eating the cutting them off.
Yeah, so from the meat to cutting, how does Mama Z go about doing her burnt ends? What piece of meat do you use? Because there's poor man's burnt ends, there's actual burnt ends. Um, you cook them like in an oven. Obviously, you
Oh,
at this point you would do it in an oven. You pull them out.
yeah.
Does Mama Z put barbecue sauce on it? And if she does, what's her favorite barbecue sauce? How does she do it?
Oh, yeah. I just cut them up and put some barbecue sauce on them, and
Okay.
yeah.
What is your cut of meat for it? Hi, Monica.
Just the ends,
How'd
just
you
the
work
ends of the
sideways?
brisket. How'd you get sideways?
I know.
I just trim up the brisket.
Okay. See, for me, I love to do a chuck roast and make poor man burnt ends because my grandmother used to make chuck roast, and we talked about this earlier. And for her, it was just salt and pepper. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? For somebody who was born in 1915, that's fine. But it was always something for me. It was always lacking something, you know. Always seemed to be. It just never was quite there. And I've done it like her since, and I've had it just like that. Hi,
I
Monica.
don't know how I'm sideways. That's so weird.
Monica's the best host you could, or co-host you could have. I love it. Monica and I go, Monica and I go way back. And I had a live show about maybe 4 weeks ago now. And before I started this show, and I thought I need a co-host, and she happened to pop on one of my shows, and I knew immediately that that's who I want because when I pause to think about a question, because I'm a thinker, right? So I got to sit there and think about what's my next question. She knows immediately. She knows me well enough to jump in and ask that question. I absolutely love having Monica on as my co-host.
Have you tried any air fryer videos?
I did an air. I've done a couple. I did wings one time with my grandson, and we had a blast. That kid was a character. It was about a year ago. We did wings outside on an air fryer. I did a TGI Friday ripoff of their green beans, which came out really well. I have not done a lot of air fryer though. Are you into that?
My number one video, and it's not even a good video, for God's sakes. It was one of the first videos that I did on YouTube. It was venison steak in the air fryer. One of the very first ones has gotten over almost 4,000 hits for
I've never had a video like that.
It was one of my very first ones on YouTube, and it's not even that good. And it's like, why can't the rest of my videos get this much traffic? And it's like, that stinking video still every single day gets hits. It's like YouTube keeps pushing that video out. It's like, I've done much better videos. YouTube, can you not please push out my other videos?
Exactly. I did a hamburger steak and gravy, and I thought it was just a subpar video. You know, I when I got done and I edited it, I thought, man, nobody's ever going to watch it. It's my number one video, you know. But the ones that I do a video on, and you're probably in a similar boat, you go, man, I rock this thing, and it's the best video ever done. It does nothing, and you're just okay. And then you try to recreate that one video that rocked, and you can't do it.
Oh. No. Oh, I froze there for a minute. I know I can't pretend to understand YouTube. I'm thinking why? Because there are some really good videos that I've done that I think, man, this is it. The thumbnail is great. This is gonna do it. This is a great video, and then it's like, nope, they still push out that stupid venison
Exactly.
fryer video.
I have 2 videos that I made about 8 months ago that still get traction. I probably get 4 to 5 views of every 48 hours on. And I'm like, why?
Right.
They're not that great. I just did a video on XYZ. Why isn't it doing anything?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm really trying to get to know more people in the cooking community. So I'm so glad that I run across this tonight. When I first started doing YouTube, I met a lot of people in the homesteading community, and that's great. But I'm not a homesteader. I'm a cooking channel, so
I got to say that the cooking community on YouTube is one of the best community, actually is the best community I've ever been a part of. These people are supportive. They are very forgiving. They're forgive me for saying this, I'm a guy, but they're very loving. They rock, and you're just like, I love these people, but and there's so many people out there, so many channels competing. Well, I wouldn't say competing. I don't compete.
Right.
Against anybody. There's so many channels out there doing something similar to what we all do that it's very difficult to watch them all. That's the problem
Right.
I have. If I watch a video, my personal goal is to watch every minute of that video. If it's 15 minutes
Sure.
long, I watch the whole thing. I may not sit there and stare at my phone or my laptop for 15 minutes, but it's on in the background.
Right.
And then I make comments.
Absolutely.
If something stands out to me, I make comments as I go, and then at the very end, I'll hit my comment. Because every once in a while, I learned early on, somebody will call you out, and so if you say you're halfway through the video, and this is great, blah blah blah, comment, and at the very end saying, hey, that Mike at the Dude's Kitchen, I really loved his video. Thank you for the call out. And you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to go back and edit it, which then it shows you have edited it, and you feel like a ding dong for doing it,
Right.
So I will definitely check out your channel tomorrow, though, Mama Z.
Me
Thank
too.
you so much.
Well, thank you so much for letting me pop on tonight. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it, and I've had a lot of fun. So thank you.
Yeah, very, very humbled he came on. Polk Salad. That is something I am Googling tomorrow. Do you have a video on
I'm
it?
Googling it now.
No, I don't, because it doesn't grow down here in Southeast Texas. So
I'm going to say, well, okay, then I can't give you a homework assignment. Darn it.
Where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Texas?
yes, I did. I'm actually about 5th generation Texan. So
Oh wow.
I grew up in north central Texas, just south of Wichita Falls. So, but then we moved down here about 12 years ago. My husband and I did. So just north
Where
of
is that again? Just
in
north of Houston?
Conroe. Yeah, just north of Houston. So
Okay.
Mama Z, have you ever been to the USS Texas?
yes, I have several times actually.
You are my hero. I would love to see that ship. It's the oldest battleship in existence, except for one that's in Japan.
Well,
Mike
if
is a historian.
you ever come to Texas, look me up, and
I
I'll be
will.
happy to show you around.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
I would, Houston, my best friend in high school and right out of high school, I had 2 best friends, and he was stationed at Fort Sam Houston, and he talked about the river walk that they had there
Yeah,
when we were kids, and
very cool over there.
yeah, for whatever reason, I just never went, and then he met his first wife there and fell in love, and, and just a story of life, right?
Yep, absolutely.
He loved it down there, and he would call once a week, and he was always talking about the Riverwalk and how Boise's got a small river that runs through it, and how Boise needed something like that. So Marcel, or as I call her Fish, a little fish in the kitchen, says she's going to stop by your channel, Mama Z, and check it out.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
this is what it's all about. This is what it's
Absolutely.
all about. You know, this one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show is to get out and support people. You know, I will never have Sam the cooking guy on. You know, that guy is just, I mean, he's way out of my league. You know, but
He's way out of all of our league, I think.
exactly, and why I'm not 100% sure, but you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, why did my one video get 2,000 views, but the best video I ever did got 200? You know, so it's that right there. But that's one of the reasons why I started this channel this show is to highlight those of us I consider that are the smaller channels. Let's get us out there in front of it, because one of the things I'm going to do afterwards, and if you're cool with it, because you weren't an official guest, but I'd loved having you on, is I would like to take this and edit it so I can make a video out of it. Like Craig I've known for a year and a half, and I love Craig to death. And so I'm going to take his video in the next 2 days and edit it so it's just him, and then clean it up and try to get something that's, like 15, 20 minutes, throw it out there. But with your permission, Mama Z, I would love to do this as well and plug your channel on my channel.
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think it would be just absolutely awesome. That's what it's all about. Let's just get out there and support each other.
Sure.
Let's do it.
And if you don't mind me saying, I have a live show at 9:30 Central Standard Times on Saturday morning called What's on the Plate with Mama Z.
I will be there.
To pop in, and this Saturday we are doing Halloween party. So anybody want to stop in? We're gonna do some Halloween treats. Always do an interactive meal. We do different stuff on Saturday morning. So
can I dress up?
Picking something up. So
I want to dress up.
What time is that at?
It would be 8:30 our time, Monica.
Yep, 9:30 Central Time, so 8:30 Eastern Time. So absolutely.
Awesome.
Every Saturday morning. All right. Well, I'm gonna pop off here, guys. It's starting to get a little late for us. Yep. So y'all have a great
nice to meet you.
Thank you, Mama Z. I'm very humbled by your coming by here. I learned so much.
All right.
I can hardly wait to make
a great night.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
That was awesome. You know what? That was so cool. Tonight was, in my opinion, Monica, it was what it's all about right there.
Good.
It's all about, Craig was a great guest. I loved having him on. I've known Craig for a year and a half now. And so Gene and I at one time were, they were talking about layoffs all the time. So it was like, if I ever get laid off and get, for me, I'll just give you an example. I'd get $45,000 if I walked away tomorrow, right? And Gene would get $20,000. So what we thought was, let's just take a month to 2 months off, hop in our 2018 Kia, head south, head east, all the way down to the Florida Keys, head north. That's why I made that joke last week about sleeping in Chris's driveway. And then, slowly head west, and like Craig would definitely be on my list, Mike with Big Cat 05, Rob with Pit, I always want to call it Pit Dog Barbecue, but it's not. Anyhow, all these people, Jared, all these people, Dustin with TNT Grilling and Smoking, just go and hang out for a day or two and do a show from there.
That would be fun.
I think it would be the best road trip ever.
Right.
So,
Well, the stupid pandemic, if it ever go away, then I feel more comfortable to do those things too.
Well, there's that too. The pandemic has actually increased our business at work, and we've never been more busy. Someone's like, Come on, I just got I just got my raise. Come on, lay me off, please. But, yeah.
Oh,
But
crazy.
anyhow, what a cool night, Monica.
It really was good.
A barbecue pit dog. That's uh the name of the channel. Where I always want to say Pit Dog Barbecue. Rob, he's got a great channel. He does. So thank you, Kent. I appreciate it. And Kent's another one. He would let me stay in
Yeah.
his driveway. I'd have to sleep in the car, but he
Something
would let me
tells
stay in
me
his
you'd be
driveway.
sleeping in the driveway, no matter if they let you or not.
Exactly.
Which is
I
like,
might want to take the truck because it's got bench seating. That way I could,
oh.
Gene could sleep up front. I'll sleep in the back. And we'll just let the truck running all night.
Dude, have you seen those new tents? Well, I don't know if they're new, but I mean, they're like it makes you can put it, it's like a tent for the back of your truck.
Yes,
That's so cool.
I came so close to ordering one this year,
They're not
and
that
they're
much
cheap
money
too.
either.
They're only like
Yeah.
$250.
Yeah, they're cheap.
But yeah, it would be so cool. Maybe next year. I just found that this summer was 100 miles an hour, balls to the wall, and
Yeah.
I didn't have time. So, but it would be so cool to do.
Heck
It
yeah.
really would.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, Mike,
Well,
that was a
anything,
successful evening, and I
it
had a lot of
was.
fun myself. So I hope
Ken,
we continue
Ken
to
said
do
he
this.
put me up in the RV, by the way. So thank you, Ken.
Aw,
You're so much
tender.
kinder than Chris. Chris said I could stay in the driveway. So, yeah, it was a wonderful evening. Thank you, Monica, very much. Appreciate you. And next week, guys, we have Scott from Dr. Taste Good Barbecue on with us, him and his Yoder. And guys, remember to ask him about Brian Adams' song, Cuts Like a Knife. Monica, keep that in mind. That is a running joke between Scott and I.
Hungry like a wolf. Remember how we used
Yeah.
to
Yep.
Are you hungry like a wolf?
Yeah. Brian Adams cuts like a knife. So
all right, we'll remember that one.
all right. Everybody, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it, Monica. I can't speak for you, but
I did. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. All right, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Peace, guys.
Peace out.
Night.